Well, here's a new one for you guys. I don't think I ever showed you this. This is my father-in-law's old Tempo. Pretty nice car, actually. Got it for, I can't even remember. I think we paid $250 or something like that for it. I can't remember. But it's a pretty decent car, really. Body's all good. Tires are pretty good. About 80% on the tires. Had to do a couple things to it. Trying to remember. Oh, had to replace the front seats because the driver's side seat was pushed back. It seemed like a lot of Fords I've owned have had that. So I used that white parts Tempo for that. And let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I put a CV shaft in the passenger side. Which brings us to why we're... Oh, and I replaced a marker light. I think that was all I really did to it. It's got a 2.3. Oh, that reminds me. I need to clarify myself. Not myself here, but I need to clarify a difference here. And I wish I had... Pop the hood here. I wish I had two vehicles here to show you. But I mentioned that the other Tempo had 2.3 in it, and there was some rash of... Hang on here. Oh, that's right, I had to put a starter in it too. But there was some rash of confusion over the fact that I said it had a 2.3 in it. And somebody said something about 2.3s, and somebody else commented back. There is two different styles of 2.3 in the 2.3s in the Ford family. There's actually the older style, which, believe it or not, the older style of 2.3 is actually derived from a Ford 2.0, which, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe was first used in the Pinto and was later modified. If I remember right, it's a stroke difference. I think it's a stroke difference that made the 2.0 liter into a 2.3 liter. And like I said, correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that it was a stroke difference that made the difference between a 2.0 and a 2.3. So the 2.0 single overhead cam later morphed into the 2.3 single overhead cam, which was used actually fairly widely. It was used in the Rangers and the Pintos and the Mustangs, and I'm trying to think what else. I know there was another vehicle or two, but I can't remember what it is right off the bat. Ranged anywhere in horsepower from, in the fuel-injected versions anyways, which is what I'm the most knowledgeable on in the 2.3s. Ranged in horsepower from 88 to 100 and, I want to say 125 or something like that. There was also a 2.5 variant put into some Rangers, and I don't know what other vehicles they found their way into. I wouldn't say anything about the Taurus 2.5 because I really have no experience with those whatsoever. Anyways, so I'm rambling on here, and fuel injection first came for the 2.3 single overhead cam in, well, I believe it would have been 87. And in that year, they offered a 2.0 carbureted single overhead cam or a 2.3 single overhead cam multi-port fuel injected. Now, where this is all going is the 2.3 in the Tempo, which is a completely different design. It is not a single overhead cam motor. It's just overhead valve. It's not even... To be honest, it's not even a cross-flow head. You've got your exhaust and your intake all coming in on the same side. This is actually that high specific output head off of the... for those of you that are wondering, that was an Xcode car, which placed this as a high specific output head. But anyways, there, as you can see, there's intake, exhaust, so on, like so. Or I don't think I have that wrong. It's intake, exhaust. But so they're not even a cross-flow head. They're an L-flow head, which actually is a pretty antiquated design, quite honestly. It's kind of funny to see, in something like a Ford, to see an L-flow head. Usually that's done away with by the cross flows. But anyways, I digress, I'm babbling now. So, yes, this is a 2.3, but it's not a single overhead cam 2.3. It is a overhead valve 2.3 multi-port fuel injected, and there is a wide variety of difference from this motor to the one, say, in my Ranger, which is down in the shed. Oh, the other thing that was brought up in that little comment discussion was the dual spark heads. Now, that's something that Ford came out with, and I don't know for sure when they came out with it. I want to say it was like 89 or 90. They came out with the dual spark head, and you'll actually have 8 spark plugs in a 4-cylinder motor. And one actually fires a little bit later than the other one. It's supposed to burn the gases better, any unspent gases, etc. But there was there was for quite a while actually a single spark 2.3 single overhead cam that they put in the Rangers, and I think they made like 88 horse or something, or 89 horse or whatever it was. But they were no powerhouse, but they're an awesome motor. These I don't know so much about. I could tell you, I could go on for hours about the 2.3 single overhead cam, but these I'm not real super familiar with. I just know that they're not the same motor, as far as I know, in any way, shape, or form as the 2.3's single overhead cam. But I hope that clears up any confusion. And now, yeah, so on to bigger and much more gooder things. And at this point, I think I've rambled on in this video long enough that I'll probably just make this as a single video and make the next video the next video. So, me and my babbling. But, onward ho.